Welcome, in front of me is a VIVO V50 Lite, and today I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device and its specifications. So anyway, let's just get straight into this by cutting our way into the box. There we go. Okay, we are off to a pretty decent start with a matte, dark kind of silicone case. So those are pretty nice considering they don't start to look yellow and nasty after some time. Then we get the phone with the weirdest way to get into it. You're just supposed to kind of yoink this to peel it. Now I am an advocate of not damaging these things, so I'm just gonna try to slide it out like so. There we go. And boot it up. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but inside here we have a Type-C to Type-A charging cable, and that's about it. No charger, obviously at this point, it shouldn't be a surprise. Now, in a moment we'll see the display, which is a 6.7-inch display with a 1080 by 2392 pixel resolution, AMOLED display, 120 Hz refresh rate, and a peak brightness of 1800 nits. It also boasts an 88.7% screen to body ratio and a pixel density of 388 pixels per inch. In general, the display right here is actually pretty good with fairly minimal bezels, as you can see. So the device looks actually pretty enticing in terms of just general appearance. Now, if we move over to the back where we have our camera setup, we have what looks to be a dual camera setup, though this is such a small lens that I probably won't even count this as a camera. So let's see, we have a 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture wide sensor, and yeah, there we go, 2 megapixel depth sensor, which means that this camera doesn't actually exist. It's absolutely useless. We have one camera, 50 megapixel wide, that does also only measly 1080p 30 frames, which is a bit of a shame. And then at the as a selfie, we have a 32 megapixel wide sensor that also does 1080p 30 frames, and obviously here. Now internally, give me a sec, I am just baffled by the design right here. For some reason the plastic back right here protrudes enough to kind of give you this kind of sharp feeling right here on the edge. Not very good feeling, honestly. So I just wanted to point that out the moment I felt it. It's just scratchy. Anyway, what I was saying, I think I was going into internals, so in any case, let's move over. So we have 6500 mAh battery. That's actually pretty good with a 90 watts charging. That is actually also really good. Now, considering that it has a 6.5K battery, I am already expecting that it's using the new silicone carbon battery, and checking, yep, it does. And apparently the phone will charge up to 50% in 27 minutes and 158 minutes using that 90 watts of charging speed. Though remember, you need to have a charger that can support that charge. Now we also have 8 gigabytes of RAM and a Snapdragon 865 that is powering this device, and the processor is a bit dated at this point, so not sure why it's in a device from 2025. We have 128 gigabytes of storage with 8 gigs of RAM, and also 256 with 8 gigs of RAM, both options using UFS 2.2 storage type. And that honestly just kind of sums it up. The last thing that I can also mention is the build quality. So we have plastic back, we have a plastic frame right here. We have under display fingerprint sensor, a power button, and volume rockers right here on our right side. At the bottom, our Type-C charging port, our SIM tray, and this is only SIM tray, there is no expandable storage. Our speakers right here, and at the top we have more speakers and microphones, and that's it. That's everything that you get for roughly 250 euros. Now, as I almost do in every video, because in every video none of the phones can manage to beat what I'm about to recommend, we have CMF Phone 2 Pro that exists at the same price retail, which you can also find it cheaper most likely at this point. you can get that device that will be better in a lot of the ways than this one. It will most certainly be faster. The processor is better and more power efficient. The display is going to be about the same, but it does have HDR10 Plus certification and a higher peak brightness with better cameras, though it will have a smaller battery, being at 5,000 instead of the 6.5 with 30 watts charging. So this phone can charge faster and has a bigger battery, but all in all, if I'm going to be spending either the same amount or even less than this, I might as well go for CMF phone. That's what I would recommend, as it's going to be just a generally better device for just, well, everything. It has a better display, not by much, but still better, and much better cameras, considering it's rocking wide telephoto that are both 50 megapixels and an 8 megapixel ultra wide. Here we just have 50 megapixel wide and that's it, and what they claim to be a 2 megapixel depth, which is a sticker camera. So at least CMF doesn't try to like scam you with a crappy bullshit lens. So what you get is basically everything that you get, and it's pretty good. So that's about it. Hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.